Fox League is your home of international rugby league with all 17 games in October live and ad break free during play. Time now for 6 tackles with Tallis. Gordy. The internationals are live right here on Fox Sports. Who was your favourite Kangaroos player to play with?
Well, growing up as a kid, I wanted to play for the Kangaroos, and Laurie Daly and Bradley Clyde were two that I'd sit and watch. And you know, I didn't get to play club footy with them, but the first tour I ever went on to play with Bradley Clyde, and we remember him and Laurie Daly. Laurie Daly was absolutely outstanding this day. There's only so many people that could put a team on their back, and Laurie was certainly one of those guys. So I played with a lot of great players at the Broncos, but you know, to play with Laurie Daly and those guys early was just fantastic.
Loz and Clydie were my two favourites growing up. What about Clydie? He was a beast, wasn't he? Like, he was fit, he was everywhere, he was a machine.
Well, he's probably 18 here. He burst onto the scene, played for the Raiders. He was winning Clive Churchill medals. He was the first, I think, super athlete that come into our game. He could play like a front row, play like a centre, back rows, but he was probably, I think he's arguably our greatest ever lock.
I loved him.
Yes.
You would have played at some amazing venues, Gordy. What's your favourite?
I've picked a little quirky one. So I've played at Wembley and Old Trafford, but there's one called Thrum Hall, and I think it's about a 6-metre slant down from the western side of the field to the east, and we're running uphill here. So like, you run uphill to this corner, and then as you'll see later on, and there's a big slant going down. Halifax used to play there. Well, here's Shane Webke. He runs around the fullback, but he runs downhill. So, but that was a great old ground, and the dressing room was tiny.
Was it?
Yeah, could only fit Lazo and Webby in there. That was it.
Oh, where'd you sit?
Outside.
All right, what about opposition players? When you played these internationals, who was your favourite to come up against?
Well, you know, like, obviously England had a few, but coming up against New Zealand, I always struggled against Stephen Kearney. He was such a great ball runner. When I first come into the NRL, he played for West. I played the under-21s grand final against him, then played Melbourne Storm and the Warriors, but he was just such a great competitor. Back rower, he had all the skills.
Yeah, what a player he was.
Yeah,
now, you
absolutely.
played under Chris Anderson as your coach.
Yeah.
What was Opes like as a coach?
Oh, look, he was fantastic. Obviously, you saw at the Melbourne Storm, he got all those new players, and they won a comp in their second year. So he's a great manager of bringing blokes together. He had that Dogs mentality, you know, like where it was just go out there and enjoy your footy, but he was fantastic on a tour. Yeah. He loved his golf. So,
he did.
So, like, it was golf a couple of days a week, but he made you train hard.
Great man, great coach. I played underneath him too. Gordy is one of the best.
Yeah.